is Miss Janelle. I'm your host of the Soul Reconstruction Project. I thought that I would post something before Sunday because I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about what the podcast is going to be about and the framework that I've come up with, and a little bit about me and my story. The first thing I want to touch on is the framework, ripping the Band-Aid off. It's R.I.P.P. The R stands for resilience. The I stands for illumination. The one P is for power, and the second P is for peace. The R stands for resilience and recognition. And this is just recognizing your past, recognizing the trauma that you've been through and what it looks like, finding that resilience through looking back at your past intentionally and breaking free. The I stands for illumination through identification. Basically, by identifying and defining what our trauma looks like in our life, it shines these traits so that we're able to find a higher path forward. And if you can't understand the blueprint, then you're not going to be able to successfully start the process. The third part is the P, the power and the purge. This is based on isolation. The best thought process, the best ideas come from being by yourself and being isolated, purging what or who that's not really in alignment for what you want in your life or your future. And taking that power back and knowing you are the lead architect of your life. And the last part is P, and the P, peace, in the program. Reprogramming your life through reparenting your inner child and resetting neurotic patterns. Finding that experience and coming peace with this new program in your life. So the second thing I want to talk about is me. Who am I? Why do you want to listen to me? And what do I even have to share? My name is Janelle. I'm a Black woman. I'm 31 years old. I'm from the Midwest and I still live in my hometown. And I'm a single mom of a 4-year-old. I got my degree in 1718. My bachelor's is in film and media arts and psychology. I've always been a big film fan. I love watching documentaries and media like photography, and just making music and all those kind of things have been something that's been dear to my heart since I was a kid in high school. My bachelor's is also in psychology, and this is kind of where I moved into my master's. I have my master's in education. I saw a need for teachers in this world, and I am a nurturing person. I'm always been kind of a role model type of person, so teaching just kind of was a calling to me, and I quickly switched over into that. I've been teaching about 12 years. I've taught all the way from babies to preschool, second grade, primary, all the way to high school, and additional years of just the best babysitter and tutoring. In my free time, I like spending time with my mini-me. I like making and watching movies, singing, dancing, especially with my daughter, who's like a mini superstar. I like cooking for others. I like writing, and I also like spending time in the water. A little bit about my background and why this subject of reconstructing the soul is so important to me is from my childhood. I have lived with instability, a dysfunctional family dynamics, emotional abuse, neglect, and the list can go on. I grew up early on being a mediator in a household of people, or a mediator between groups of people. And I found my escape in music, band. I was a percussionist. It's one of my favorite things to this day. And I plan to have a drum set soon. I found an escape in sports, school. I was really into the books, my friends. I always wanted to hang out with my friends and not really be at home. And also in boys. So as I grew up, I started falling for unstable relationships, toxic behavior, and emotionally wrapping myself up in traumatic cycle with friends, families, and especially in love. My last major tumultuous relationship resulted in a child, and things that I pictured for myself, like a romantic proposal or thoughtful dates, a loving pregnancy, care, love, and reciprocation. Well, I didn't get any of that. I found myself beat up physically, psychologically, emotionally, and not recognizing myself in the mirror. So today I am navigating co-parenting with post-separation abuse. I'm reparenting my inner child while instilling new healthy patterns for my daughter. And I'm also becoming a self-made entrepreneur because that's what I've always wanted for myself. I've always wanted to make content. I've always wanted to help people and teach people and guide them. And I feel like everything that I'm doing today is exactly what I was meant to do. If you're a cycle breaker, a parent, a single parent, someone that's co-parenting, or a survivor of a toxic relationship, then this is the podcast for you. So I hope that you have learned something about me, maybe want to check out the podcast, share this information out with people, and I hope that you join the village and stay tuned on Sunday for the first episode. Bye.